joining me on the phone to talk about what's happening in Timaru, talking about an EP release party happening tomorrow, is Stray Theories. Are you there, my friend?
Hey, how's it going?
Very well. How is the temperature down there in Timaru?
It's kind of cloudy and quite muggy, actually. It's pretty warm.
Well, I'll tell you, you're actually not too far from the truth up here, although we've got sort of bright, sunshiny weather at the moment. Now, you're down there at home at the moment, and you've got this amazing event tomorrow at the Rising Sun. Stray Theories, when are you coming up to Auckland?
I'm going to be up kind of around lunchtime tomorrow, set up for the gig, and yeah.
Yes. Now, of course, we're talking to Stray Theories from Timaru. He's coming up for the NSU EP release party happening at the Rising Sun tomorrow night, tomorrow's Saturday the 12th. The first question I have on my list for you there, my friend, is what is the dance scene like down in Timaru?
It's actually a little bit of a drum and bass scene around here. There's a bunch of producers that, are kind of regularly putting stuff on. But lately I've kind of been tended to hook up with a lot of the Psytrance guys up in Christchurch. Like recently I just played at Mystic Forest, which was just about an hour outside of Christchurch. And
yes,
on some great parties all through Cosmic Corner and that crew. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I've been doing a lot of travelling with some of the guys, myself and Ivan were part of the Short Circuit tour, which went on around the South Island in October. I tend to do a fair bit of travelling and not so much around this area.
Around the Timaru. Now, for all the people that may not know who Stray Theories is, which of course is you, tell us about Stray Theories, about yourself. Are you predominantly a producer or a DJ, etc.? Take it away there, sir.
Okay, well, I'm from Sydney originally. I've been over in NZ for about 4 or 5 years now. I'm actually, first and foremost, a sax player.
Yes.
Jazz, soul, and a lot of other stuff for many, many years. And then I got into production around 2000, I'd say. And I've always been really into ambient, like downbeat stuff, and kind of started producing like real minimal ambient early on. And then, since I've released quite a few EPs, just here and there, and then...
I see you're associated with Cartoon Beats down in Dunedin there.
Yeah, I did a few remixes for their first EP, which was awesome.
Good bunch of buggers, a bunch of people down there in that label.
Yeah, no, they've got a really tight crew of guys that they put on events, and Sonic Smith and Hazari are awesome. They make some really, really cool beats, and So
what gets you excited about electronic music? You know, with your sort of your background with saxophone, do you actually play any other instruments other than saxophone?
Yeah, I play a lot of keyboards and
yes.
I've been recording an EP lately. I've kind of jumped around styles a fair bit, but always sitting around that very downbeat feel. But I do get into like a bit of tech house and occasionally a bit of drum and bass as well.
You've got to spread yourself around. So this is coming back to my original question. What really excites you about electronic music? When you're in your production and you're working on a tune or your EP, what excites you, or a sound or something like that?
I think it's the possibilities of sounds. For myself, being a sax player for so long, I love that instrument, and I love soul and jazz and funk and all that kind of style, but I like the new territory that you can get into with electro stuff. I've only been recently into live electronic performance, and that's a whole new world as well.
Yes.
And I love the possibilities there, and being able to integrate it from a musical background and then kind of coming into the territory where it's kind of, crossover with DJs. And
I could hear a bit of passion in your voice.
I love it, and it's like, I spend, just about every night writing tunes. As you know, it's only 10% of them that get released often, but I just love it. It's a big passion. Music is what...
Is it full-time? Is this your full-time profession, or do you have a normal job?
At the moment I'm kind of working part-time.
What's your part-time job?
I work in IT.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, I work for a polytech down here at the moment. But I pretty much, at various times in my life, I've worked full-time as a muso, more so playing in cover bands and that kind of thing.
Yes.
I've got quite a mixed background. I'm definitely not from the DJ side of things. That's quite interesting to me as well. You know, that whole culture.
Now it is. It's actually a really exciting one, and I think that we're really lucky here in New Zealand with the diversity of music that we have, and the diversity of the people out there going to events. You know, we're as Kiwis, we're really sort of open to sort of all genres rather than sort of more narrow-minded. Now, playing at the Rising Sun, what's involved in a set with Stray Theories? What do you mix off the turntables, or are you encompassing your saxophone or sampling?
At the moment, I'm using Ableton Live, and basically I'm kind of reworking tracks that I've written in the studio, and like I play live keys, and you know, just a lot of sampling, pulling in parts here and there, and yeah, I don't tend to play sax often. Like, I mean, particularly with this gig coming up, I'm going to be playing a fair bit of sax with other people, so I might be making a few guest appearances here and there. It'd be great. But yeah, I tend to like keep it kind of separate from with my own stuff, and it's mostly just like live keyboards and mixing it up on Ableton, really.
Nice. And what's the connection with N.S.U. or Ivan, as I know him? How did you find him? Was it through a nerdy music thought forum, or was it like just releasing music, or how did you find this the one of a kind sort of a guy?
Yeah, I actually stumbled across N.S.U. I think. Yeah, well, we kind of managed out through the Beat Dungeon show. He contacted me, I think, about getting some tunes up. I'd met Romantic.
Yes.
So, and yeah, so it all kind of went from there, and it was all through the Beat Dungeon show. And it's kind of actually brought a lot of people together. A whole bunch of guys around NZ that have become kind of a collective, you know, bouncing ideas or remixes. It's
a fantastic show, I think, for our LPFM listener who may not have tuned in to Beat Dungeon, which happens, of course, on a Sunday. It's quite a nice show. It's actually quite a diverse, multi-genre show, basically showcasing, like yourself there, Stray Theories, some really quality New Zealand beats. And in fact, for the listeners out there, I've actually got one of your tunes that's playing in the background there. I'm not near my CD player, so I can't tell you what the name of it is. Can you have a listen? Can you read? You know what this is?
Oh, sorry, I can't hear it.
Oh no! Well, I tell you what I was going to say. Oh, name your own tune. Oh God, that's two gold stars off there. What has been the craziest thing you've seen at a gig? You know, this could be, you know, when you're on your sax or DJing Appleton.
Oh goodness.
Craziest thing you've ever seen, you know, on the dance floor.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I've played at some pretty wild gigs, like as far as sax goes. You know, just incidents like, you know, bar brawl and the owner throwing people out the door and stuff like that. I don't know. I always see some interesting stuff. I mean, especially at some of the psytrance parties and stuff.
Yeah, crazy psytrance people. Hey, they're woo.
I remember we've played at Wanaka with Shark Week and Symbiont from Dunedin, and there's some antics going on there. You know, people without pants wandering up to Shark Week while he was playing, and all sorts of other stuff. So yeah, there's been quite a few random funny moments actually.
Now, look, I tell you what, I'm absolutely pleased that you've joined me on the phone. Now, I'm really looking forward to shaking your hand on Saturday night. What time is your set down at the Rising Sun?
So I'm playing two shorter sets, so I split it throughout the night. The first one's I think around 10:30.
Yes.
Yeah, and then one later on of more breaks orientated, maybe a little bit of tech house and stuff. About 11ish, 11:30.
Very nice. Look, I tell you what, it's going to be, as I say, a real pleasure meeting you when you come up from Timaru. Have you been to Auckland before?
Yeah, I was up in March for a Beat Dungeon gig at Lot 44, and that was where I met Disher and Ivan and a bunch of other guys, and we all kind of jammed and had a good time.
Very nice. Stray Theories, talking to you in Timaru. Thank you very much for joining us here on UpFM. Have you? I'm going to let you have the last final word to the listener. Is there anything you'd like to tell them about the gig, or anything to get them excited about coming down?
It's going to be a huge gathering of, you know, electro musicians, free before 10 o'clock, doors open at 8, it's going to be awesome, and NSU's EP is going to be epic. I like to hear it.
Stray Theories, thank you very much, sir. You get back to whatever you're doing, back to your knitting.
I will too.
Lovely, mate. Thank you very much, sir.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Lovely. Absolutely bloody nice guy there, Stray Theories, talking to us from Timaru. He is up for NSU's album release party, which is happening, of course, down at the Rising Sun tomorrow. Entry is by koha, which means that you could pay $2, you could pay $5, you could, hey, look, if you're a real supporter of stuff, you just whack in a green one or maybe a red one in there. $100.